Amanda here, and we're playing Farming Simulator 17 on Snettertons Farm. And since last episode, went ahead and sped up time. So we're now into early autumn, day 1 early autumn here. Also, for those of you who watch the live stream here on Snettertons Farm, we pretty much finished up field 1, 10, and 32 with the grass there. I didn't actually look and see how much the total was here in the fermenting silo. Plus, we sold some as well. That's the money we have. That's where that came from. So far, this has kind of been our summer money maker. So we have a whopping total of 569,000 silage in here, of which we probably should get sold somewhat quickly here, just so we can get the silo emptied back out so we can fill it up again. Hopefully, we'll get one more cutting off of field 32. They are actually ready to be mowed again, at least in the first growth stage anyway. It helps if you turn the grass on so you can actually see what stage it's in. Yeah, 1 and 10 are ready to be mowed. And again, if we wait 32, if we wait until it's to the second growth stage, which I'm assuming it'll make it to the second growth stage again, I guess we'll find out. But definitely 1 and 10 are ready to be mowed, so we'll probably start mowing them this episode. Also 2 and 3, which is our oat field and sunflower. Yes, oat and sunflower field. I don't know why the other oat field isn't ready. That's kind of odd. I guess it got planted a day later, maybe? I know the corn got planted later, so that, that kind of makes sense. But anyway. Let's get Massey Ferguson going on fertilizing here again. Okay, we'll hire a worker here. And while that's going, hopefully this episode will start harvesting here, so we'll grab the harvester. That does not look like sunflowers over there, does it? Isn't that what the map showed, or am I mistaken on that? Map shows sunflowers in field 2. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I guess it does actually look like sunflowers. Okay, just from a distance. I was thinking, wait a minute, that doesn't quite look like sunflowers. Yes, we do have sunflowers. Come to think of it, do we have any header for that? I don't recall now if we bought any headers. Let's check here. I know we got the Draper headers there. 630. And then we got whatever header goes on the class as well. I'm assuming, yes, the class C600. We do not have anything for harvesting sunflowers. Good to know. That might be kind of important. I think we'll grab the 8820 here. We'll start harvesting oats with this. Next problem is, are we going to be able to fit through the gate with this header? We're going to find out. Probably not, from the looks of it. An older combine seems to be a surprisingly large combine as well. Yeah, something like that. There we go. We got it through the gate. Yeah, it is unfortunately just a little bit too wide, though. Oh well. The thing was, if this was real life, we just rip those posts out of there, widen out that gate quite a bit, and that would solve the problem. Okay, let's solve the sunflower problem here just a moment. What do we have for headers for either the John Deere? We got a 612. Somehow I doubt the 612 goes with this combine. 612 should be a 12 row, so that seems kind of unlikely. Guess we really don't have one, do we? Okay. Well, we could get the small capello. Or we could get one of the smaller ones for corn and sunflowers here. What else do we have? Assuming that goes with the bigger Kloss combine. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get this one for now, I'm going to say. And what color shall we get it in? Green? If we get it in green, it should go with both, right? Sure. 34,000 for that. Wow, kind of expensive. Oh well. And I'm just going to reset that back up from the shop here. Nice thing about this header, it will at least fold, so we shouldn't have any trouble getting that one through the gates. Okay, let's get some wagons over here, and we'll start harvesting oats. Nikki's completed. Okay. You are done. Assuming that's the fertilizer spreader, we'll move him on to the next field then. Now, the one thing I don't like about field 32 is so far away here. I know I mentioned this possibly, like, maybe selling it and buying a field closer. Oh, we'll see once, I guess. Also, with it being early autumn here, leaves should start changing here. At least that was the message I got when we changed over to early autumn here. So interesting to see that happen. Okay, should be good to go for a while. And let's put the duals back on the 4760 here. Back to duals. Wow, it's going to cost us $1,000 every time we do this. That's kind of annoying. Suppose we can give it a bath too while it's here. Watch out, by the way, for those who watched the live stream there last night. We were live stream Farming Simulator 18. Ross shared a link here of the new 4760 he's working on. Basically just fixing it up. I think he said even resizing it a little bit so it's a little bit more appropriately sized. I don't know if it looks like it's about the right size, but I'm not sure on that, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell in the game. Oh, slide around the corner a little bit there. Wow. Actually, you know what? If this was real life, you probably wouldn't be harvesting this early in the morning. It's just about 7 o'clock in the morning here. The oats probably would not be dry yet. Be interesting mechanic if that were added to the game there. Okay, let's grab the mower here. Field 1 there should be fertilized, so we'll get him going on that field. Kind of hard to tell where the field begins and ends here. Looks like about in there somewhere. Okay, let's start harvesting then. And like I said, I know it's a little bit too early for doing this real life, but other option, I guess we could just fast forward time, but okay, okay, good. I was gonna say we want the straw, and it is producing it. It's good. 9.3 meters, so that's actually not a terrible or too small of a sized header here. Actually, a fairly good sized header there for a small combine. Actually have a farmer, I think a mile down the road from us that actually has one of these combines. I don't remember the exact model number, if it's actually an 8820 or if it's something a little bit different. But very similar to this. In fact, I actually think it is an 8820 if I remember correctly. Kind of an older combine. Engine mounted up front there. Whoa, what the world? Okay. That was interesting. Let's try that again and get the header attached this time maybe. Well, I'd say, the textures on it aren't very high res, that's for sure. Would look a lot better if it had higher res textures. Other than that, it actually doesn't look too bad. And like I've said before, that's kind of always been one of my complaints about the older mods. For those who wonder why you don't see me using very many old mods. A lot of times, the older mods, they don't look very nice compared to the newer mods. Like I was saying, the textures on this one, not terrible, but it's definitely not great either. Not when you compare it to some of the newer stuff that's available. Okay, and we'll read some comments here a moment while we're going up and down the field. Hayden Plays saying, you had a Massey Ferguson baler when you started the map. Did we have a Massey Ferguson baler? I think we probably had probably a New Holland baler, which I don't believe we replaced that, did we? Let's double check here. Pretty sure we sold that. I don't think I replaced it. Yes, not seen it on the list there. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it was a New Holland baler, I'm going to guess. Not the Massey Ferguson baler. Because it would have started us with in-game equipment. But yes, as somebody was asking here, episode before, I think it was, we could do some baling. We'll hopefully be getting to that. I don't know if we'll get to it this time around or not, or maybe we'll wait till maybe next year in-game time. We'll see once. Big Dog was saying, anyone have a good V-Rake mod? Please post a link. Where I'm from, no one uses the game-style rake windrowers. Well, the best I can suggest is the Vermeer wheel rake. We used it the last couple episodes here to rake up the grass. And like Big Dog was saying, yeah, at least where I live as well, you don't see those style of windrowers that the game has used. Let's see, in-game, yes. So yeah, you don't see this type of windrower used, either any of these. At least I really have never have seen this type used. I have seen, I think, the smallest one here. I think I have seen that used once. But yeah, nothing, anything bigger than that. I have seen the merger. I have seen that. But yes, of course, the most common, at least where I live again, is the wheel rake. And at least the only one I know of is the Vermeer wheel rake here. Pretty sure I have a link in the mod list for that. So if you want to know where that comes from, make sure you check out the mod list in the description. Again, don't confuse the mod list with the links for the multiplayer servers, which there are no multiplayer links in this video. But if you go to my multiplayer videos, you'll have the information for the multiplayer servers and then the mod list. Mark was saying, keep up the good work and keep streaming Farming Simulator 18. Gasper saying, that's the trailer from Farming Simulator 2013. Yes. I think he was the only one that commented on his Twitch trailer that was, too. Talking about the trailer there on Southern Cross on the multiplayer map. Oh, and Massey Ferguson finished fertilizing already again. Okay. John Deere Man was saying, and there was 2 people that disliked this video. I don't see why people dislike the videos. I think you have the best content on YouTube. Well, thank you very much for that. Says he's been watching since back in the Oklahoma days. From then on, I've watched it ever since. Well, keep up the great work. Well, thank you very much for that. Thomas replied back to that and said you shouldn't disrespect consoles. John Deere Man was also saying, great video on sitting in my chopper waiting on my 4760 John Deere to get back. I got 27 loads out already of 15 acres. So 27 loads of 15 acres. Got about 80 some more acres to do. I'm assuming John Deere Man here is talking about real life, I'm assuming. 27 loads out of 47, or out of 15 acres. Let's see how big a trailer he's using, but a pretty good yield there. Roblox is saying hi. Mini Masters was also saying hi. Almost have this field actually harvested already. Oh, and the one next to it is... I'm looking at the right field here. Oh, this is field 5. Soybeans, okay. I think field 5 is ready to harvest. Interesting. Field 1 does not show it's ready to harvest, but again, that's definitely... I wonder if the Seasons mod changes that a little bit. Yeah, that's definitely the texture for being ready to harvest. At least the way it normally works in the game here anyway. Oscar was saying, as an advice for some realism, in Australia, you do sugar cane, not sugar beets. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Unfortunately, we can't do sugarcane just yet. We'll have to wait for the DLC to come out later this fall. Actually, be almost winter, I think, the time it's actually released. Steven Scherer was saying, "Can you give me a shout out in your next video?" Well, there you go, Steven. You can have a shout out. JP Visser was saying that you should put fertilizer on after you seed it. It will give you a better yield. It doesn't actually matter as far as I know when you put the fertilizer on, as long as it's on. Just I'll close the gates here, so I'm kind of out of the way. Make it a little bit easier. 20-Minute Madness Gaming was saying, what tractor mod is on the rake? I would actually have to go back and look again to see what tractor that was on there. Basically, the tractors I'm using, we got the Oliver pack of tractors, Oliver 1955s. Again, mod links in the description there, or mod lists in the description there for links to these mods. We got the Oliver pack. We got the Massey Fergusons. And then you got John Deere 4020, John Deere 7800, and John Deere 4760. KLC Gaming was saying, if you don't want to wait for Courseplay to shuttle from field 32 all the way to the farm, there is a storage silo down by the mill store. I was saying, I have Courseplay take grass there, then shuttle it up to the farm to something with a higher capacity. That kind of actually makes sense. Although if we get a higher capacity forage wagon and larger tractor, I don't know if it really makes sense to do that then either, but at least at this point it probably does. I see the mowing tractor is complete, as is fertilizing tractor. So fertilizing tractor, we need to get him moved down to field 32. And the mowing tractor can go over to field 10. And then, of course, we got to get all that grass picked up. I don't know if we can hire a worker or not. We're going to find out. A little concerned the hired worker might get stuck at the end of the row here with the kind of narrow headlands that are available. Not bad, but I don't know about with this combine. I guess we'll find out. Let's grab Massey Ferguson here. Like I said, we'll get you on to the next field. At least this tractor goes 26 miles an hour, so it's not too bad. Not sure which way is better to go, either to our right or to the left. This will just take the left. Don't go this way that much. Actually, you know what? We do need to go to the right either way. Then we can go to the left or right. I always think the pigs are to the left for some reason coming out of this field. I just noticed something. We got a windmill over there. Interesting. I don't think that one's making us any money because we kind of sold the one that we started with, unless that's another one. Yeah, that one definitely cannot be making us any money because at least when you watch, when you speed up time, we're not getting any income at least not the amount of income we should get from a windmill. We are getting income from our cows for the milk. I think that's about it. And like I said, we'll just go to the left here. And at this point, I'm thinking with the money we have, we'll probably look at getting some more fields. I haven't actually really looked that close at what the field prices are. Like 6, 7, and 8 up by the farm there. Those seem like a couple of good fields to own. I haven't looked at the prices yet, so I don't know how much those cost, but... Ooh, looks like a water hole down at the bottom of this path. So far, I have not had any issues with getting anything stuck yet, so that's a good thing. That would be rather interesting, say, if in the springtime or fall, at least where I live again, you know, that's typically the rainy, wet seasons, spring and fall. If it actually got wet enough, it could actually get your vehicles stuck. That'd be kind of a cool feature. And, you know, especially, I don't know if this is even possible in the game, but say with the seasons mod here, you can add in the ability, let's say it rains and you decide to go work the field. Well, your chance of getting stuck is going to be increased significantly. That'd be kind of a cool add-on there. Okay. I think this field actually needs 2 applications of fertilizer yet. Yes. And you're not actually finished, are you? Okay. I was going to move him to the next field, but he needs to finish this field yet first. Oh, but we are done harvesting the oats. I guess from the looks of it, I didn't have to bring 2 gravity wagons over here. Looks like 1 will be enough to hold it. Yeah, I actually thought we'd actually get more off this field. I know it's not a very big field, but I feel like we would have got more than this. Okay, can we get through the next gate here? Sort of. Or through it, at least. And yes, I'm pretty sure this show does not mean ready to harvest, even though it looks like it is. No, we cannot harvest yet. Okay. We'll just leave the combine here for the moment then, I guess. And how much did we actually end up with here? 22,030. We'll just dump that in the silos here for now. I don't think there's anything in the back one, at least not that I can tell anyway. Yes, looks like that one is completely empty. Anyway, looking at the time, looks like it's time to wrap up the episode here already. We'll probably come back next episode, maybe start harvesting the sunflowers here. We'll probably break out the cross combine for that. And we'll also have to start getting the grass here picked up as well. So that, if folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and till next time.